Hey everyone, it's time for another episode of Mid Card Mana. We got over here the loose cannon, aka Fumiko Mega. We got over here. I'm alone. And so, of course, like I mentioned in an earlier video, I did get married on the cruise of Jericho. And since I am surrounded by the ocean, I am always bound by maritime law. So I guess I'm always married. Even though my cruise husband is far, far away and refuses to record with me. It's not like I have. Anyway, so this is going to be a prediction video for some of the upcoming events. So this first one is going to be a prediction video for NXT Takeover WarGames, which is coming up tomorrow. That is going to be on Saturday, November 17th, 2018, and that's going to be at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. So going over some of the matches, I have to admit I haven't been keeping up as much with NXT as I have with some other programming, specifically New Japan, Ring of Honor. I'm a little bit more caught up on those after the cruise because I just got addicted. But NXT's card this year, just like last year for WarGames, looks to be incredible. So we're going to go with what I think is probably going to be the order of how it's going to go. So I'm going to say the first match will probably be the Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, the 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, this is probably going to be the last match in their series. They've kind of gone back and forth since last year's Mae Young Classic, with Shayna Baszler first winning the belt from Ember Moon, then Kairi Sane winning it from her, then Shayna Baszler getting it back again at Evolution with the help of Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, sort of setting up a little bit more for the MMA 4 Horsewomen to sort of become a little bit more prominent in NXT and in the WWE in general. And Kairi Sane. So Kairi Sane has gone on record saying that she doesn't think that Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are going to be as much of an issue going into this match. I don't know if she thinks that's because it's a 2 out of 3 falls, or if because she plans on having people to back her up on her corner. A couple of names that got mentioned were Io Shirai and Dakota Kai, as far as people that came up. Someone did give the crazy theory of Mayu Iwatani, who's one of my favorites from Stardom, coming in, which would be incredible, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm saying probably just because of how storyline is going with trying to build up the MMA 4 Horsewomen, I say Baszler retains. I love Kairi. I don't think she is going to win here. With how much they've been trying to push the MMA 4 Horsewomen again, I feel like Shayna Baszler is going to be the one that comes out on top. So the next match I want to talk about is Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano, which is a sort of grudge match. Of course, it was revealed a couple weeks ago on NXT television that Johnny Gargano was responsible for the attack on Aleister Black, kind of surprising a lot of people with this sort of new heel turn or character change, I guess you could say, of Johnny Gargano, who has always been sort of this unshakable, all-heart Johnny wrestling face. So it's interesting to see how they've been playing this so far. And I say that Gargano probably loses here as sort of a way to have him spiral a little bit further down this rabbit hole of darkness that we've kind of seen. And I'm a fan of Johnny Gargano. Admittedly, he wasn't my favorite in DIY. That was always the Sicilian Psychopath. But Gargano here has a really interesting opportunity to sort of be completely different from anything that he's ever really been in his career as a professional wrestler. And I really hope he takes it. Just that having that opportunity to sort of change and show people that you are capable of exploring different things and maybe changing up your wrestling style to match it is really cool. And if you pull this off, which I have confidence that he could do, the sky's the limit. And Johnny Gargano is already a huge fan favorite, so I think this could only help him more. And I think Aleister Black is going to win here, and a lot of people have been saying that they're super high on him backstage, so maybe this is where he wins, exits NXT, and goes on to the main roster. I'm interested to see where he ends up on the main roster because they don't necessarily have a great track record of dealing with NXT talent, especially NXT talent as unique as Aleister Black. So I suppose we'll have to see. So the next match I want to talk about, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the main event, probably not because it is TakeOver WarGames, but it's going to be the main title match. There's a singles match for the NXT Championship that is Tommy Entertainment, Tommaso Ciampa, the Sicilian Psychopath, versus the Velveteen Dream. Now, I'm very interested. This is a match I can truly see going both ways and having some sort of interference go on. But Tommaso Ciampa has been doing some absolutely excellent heel work and just character work in general with this belt. And I would be remiss in saying that I would not miss him as champion. He's been doing so great as NXT champion, and how he covets that belt, and how he has gone on record saying people keep asking when he's going to move up to the main roster, and he says that he wants to spend the rest of his career in NXT, proving that NXT is the best and that he's the best at the top of NXT, which I love. I love that attitude. I love that frame of mind. So I'm pulling for Tommaso Ciampa. And Velveteen Dream, now this is going to sound ridiculous, I don't think he needs this belt right now. I would love to see him as NXT champion eventually, but I think right now he's so on fire that even if he loses here, he would still be able to keep up momentum. And with how it's sounding like there's probably going to be an interference, his next feud can be whoever interferes, whether it be Johnny Gargano or Aleister Black, which those are the two main sort of theories that are, as far as interference goes, it's going to happen. Now, the final match I want to talk about is, of course, the WarGames match that is the Undisputed Era, which is made up of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, versus Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders, which are made up of Hanson and Raymond Rowe. And this match, I'm really not sure. This is one of the matches I really just I can't pick who's going to win. Do they go with Undisputed Era to have them be 2-time WarGames winners? Or do they go with the faces of Pete Dunne, who is, I think, currently the longest reigning champion in the WWE with his United Kingdom Championship, Ricochet, who has been on fire since he got to the Performance Center and got to NXT, and the War Raiders, who really are looking to be the next contenders to Kyle O'Reilly's and Roderick Strong's NXT Tag Team Championships. So just going off the top of my head, I would love to see Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders win. I'm a big fan of Pete Dunne. Not the best looking wrestler, but boy, can he go. He is super impressive in the ring. Every time he steps in the ring, he just has such a good sense of his character and what he's doing. And he's so young. So it really makes me realize that I am a failure in life. But yes, anyway, that's my quick take on who's going to win and lose at NXT TakeOver WarGames. Again, that is going to be tomorrow, Saturday, November 17th, 2018, at the Staples Center in LA. This is loose cannon. Those are my predictions. And hopefully you guys will tune in to that and to more Mid-Card Mana and judge my opinions. I know I'm doing this solo now and it makes me sad, but I'm hoping to try and get recordings with other people because I'm sure I'm boring as hell. Anyway,